The clown show continues as Meghan and Harry gatecrash Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party. Well, I guess that's one way of keeping up with the Kardashians. Am I right? Welcome back to the Leilani of Barbados clown show featuring the newly actressized Meghan Miss the Mark Markle. Let's start out the show with a comment left under my last video. Channel Chen says, Meghan Markle invited today to Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, rubbing shoulders with Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and all others. She is gurning from ear to ear, going on right now. So, thank you so much, Channel Chen, for the heads up. This is the first time I was alerted to this tomfoolery that is going on at this party. But girl, I would probably phrase it a little bit more like self-invited today to Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party. Do you know what I mean? Because there is no way that Kris Jenner is friends with Meghan Markle. Let's take a look back into the history between Meghan and Kris. So back in the day, Meghan sent Kris Jenner a bunch of rotten lemons and this jam under the now defunct brand American Riviera Orchard. And Kris Jenner did nothing. She did not repost this. She was not endorsing Meghan or anything. So what Meghan does is Meghan posts that she has sent Kris Jenner this package. Now, I don't know why this feels a little bit forced promotion to me. By putting Kris Jenner's name next to this, it is forcing Kris Jenner to respond or to say like, oh yes, thanks Meghan, or this is what Meghan does. She always forces herself upon people. It's her entitlement. It is her, well, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it for you, and then you'll have to say that I did it. Kris Jenner's name is her brand. You cannot put it next to a, by the way, not trademark approved name, American Riviera Orchard. By the way, the logo has been stolen from someone else. By the way, this could have ruined Kris Jenner's career. So thank goodness Kris Jenner did not respond. She did not give two flying kites about this. She said, I'm not reposting nothing. However, later on, when it became As Ever, the brand, Kris Jenner did repost. Thank you at Meghan at As Ever Official. I believe what happened here was that WME, okay, the agents, did some kind of deal with Kris Jenner and said, look, scratch her back, we'll scratch yours. Because Kris Jenner's Instagram is a business. It's really transactional. Anything she posts goes for upwards of 100K. Money, dollars. So there's no way she would post this. But then Khloe Kardashian also posted this basket with the As Ever products. That tells you that there was definitely a deal struck between them. These people don't do things like this for free. Speaking of free, who is that knocking at the door? Sorry, 1 second, please. Farm in the most ideal of settings. The crops are always in season and the animals always adorable. You can collect wheat with the flick of a wrist and even make your own jam far superior to Meghan's with just the tap of a finger. The tasks of the farm are always enjoyable without being stressful. When I want to take a break from everyday life, I chill out and play Heyday. And now you can too, by clicking the QR code on the screen or hitting the link down in the description. Okay, so this is me here planting my wheat and harvesting it, of course. Then I'm gonna feed my cute little chickens. I'll come back to you for eggs later. And here's me feeding my cows, chunkalunkas that they are. Thank you to our friends at Heyday for sponsoring this video. And we're back. As ever, there's also another reason why Kris Jenner would not want to be involved with Meghan Markle. Her brand is toxic. And of course, what has come out of her birthday party? Kris Jenner spent the GDP of a small country on this birthday party. And what is in all the headlines? Meghan Markle did not wear the poppy. As soon as the photographs were put out of her stepping out of the vehicle, one noticed that she did not have on the poppy that her husband was wearing, that her veteran UK husband was wearing. How do you get that wrong? Meghan Markle claims she didn't wear a poppy on Remembrance weekend because they're not widely available despite husband Harry getting one. Also, husband Harry having just flown back from Canada where he celebrated Remembrance Day with the veterans. He did it a week early. I guess it was because he had to be somewhere else on Remembrance Day, Kris Jenner's party. He could have brought back a boatload of puppies for her. But she didn't find any available. So she didn't wear it. She's so stupid. Honestly, I'm starting to think, well, I have been thinking for a long time, that Meghan is contrary just for contrary's sake. I think she knows how to get attention by being negative. She could easily have worn a poppy. In fact, the color scheme of the party was red and black. She's in all black, Balenciaga, of course, because it was free. The azure shoes that she wore, she's been getting freebies from them for years. This outfit could have been so well accessorized with a poppy to match the color scheme. She missed the mark there. And people took that as a personal offense to not only the veterans, but the UK in general. And people said that she has snubbed the veterans. Well, guess what? She was snubbed by Kris Jenner. Here we go. Kris Jenner snubs Meghan Markle as she thanks her beautiful family and friends for 70th birthday celebrations. Kris Jenner finally does a photo dump on her Instagram with the caption, "Magical night celebrating my 70th birthday with beautiful family and friends. Dress Givenchy Haute Couture by Alexander McQueen. Runway Fall Winter 2002. Dress purchased by Lily Cited or whatever, and a bunch of other Bulgarian Van Cleef apparels and jewelry and a lot of millions and millions of dollars spent, girl." So we waited a little while for this to happen, but Kris Jenner did put up on her Instagram all the photos of the people who meant something to her. And although she would not have put up every single photo of everybody that she loves, for Meghan and Harry to not be photographed with her or even in the background of her would have really hurt them. But Kris has to do what she gotta do. Listen, so many of the celebrities who attended this event do not like Meghan Markle. A lot of them have had fallouts with Meghan Markle. So let's go through some of these photos. Okay, so here's Kris Jenner looking like 19 years old. I cannot believe that this woman looks so good. The plastic surgeons that she uses, and she is very open about having plastic surgery, the plastic surgeons that she uses should be given Nobel Peace Prizes. They are the best in their field. If you look back at this transformation, should we say, of Kris Jenner. 70 years old where? This is her in 2024. You see? This is where she started getting all that work. 2025, she looks more like Kim Kardashian than Kim Kardashian looks like Kim Kardashian. So the work begins to settle here. We have 2025, Kris Jenner. We have, okay, just younger and younger looking. She just keeps getting younger. I mean, this is her boyfriend here. And he looks more like 70 than she looks like 70. And he's only in his 40s. This woman has the best surgeons in the world. And I want to know their names. Here she is with Jeff Bezos and the Sanchez woman that he married there. This is crazy. The production that has gone into this party is unmatched. And imagine putting that amount of effort into your party and all it comes out within the papers is Meghan Markle didn't do what she's supposed to do. Meghan Markle's ostracized. Meghan Markle. I think she actually left early. That's the rumor, that she actually left the party early. Girl. We have Mark Zuckerberg here, which I had to look at this picture for a while. He's wearing these spy glasses, the glasses that would have a hidden camera in them. I was wondering why the lenses were so thick, but I realized he was trying to do a play on the gadgets used in 007. Oh, by the way, the theme of the party was 007 because, 70 years old, 007. But isn't that unironically a little bit close to home? Because Mark Zuckerberg is known to harvest people's private information. So who knows if those glasses actually had hidden cameras in them, right? We don't know. In Kris Jenner's Instagram post, she also included Mariah Carey, who, as you know, has had a run-in with Meghan Markle on the Archetypes podcast because Meghan Markle was all like, oh, you're a diva. And Mariah was like, I think you're a diva. The difference is that the way Meghan asked the questions on that podcast was so snarky, she thought she was so much better than everybody, and she lost her mind by asking somebody like Mariah Carey, who has worked to become legendary as she is. Oh, but you're a diva. But I think if another interviewer had asked Mariah Carey that question about diva-ness, it would have come off okay. But because Meghan doesn't know how to do that, do anything, actually knows how to do nothing properly, it came off really badly. And Mariah was like, F you. You know what I mean? Who else was there? A whole bunch of different people. Nobody is photographing Meghan and Harry. They're just not in the background of any of these photos. It's crazy. A lot of these celebrities are actually performers as well. So there are a lot of musicians, a lot of comedians. You have Chris Rock here. You have her daughter, Kylie Jenner, dressed sexy. You know, one thing that Chris is going to do is make her daughters sexy. Okay? At all times. That is their bread and butter. I don't even know how old these women are now. They must be my age or older, and they just be sexy all the time. Children, multiple children, husbands, everything. And they will just be like, Playmate. I don't know. That's their brand. Okay. We had Paris Hilton, who Kim Kardashian used to work for back in the day as her closet organizer or stylist or something like that. Anyhow, she shows up in a very interesting ode to Princess Catherine. She's wearing that same beautiful dress, but in silver as Princess Catherine wore. You know, the gold dress, which Princess Catherine also wore to a James Bond themed event in 2021, mind you. Meghan's eyes must have been crossed between avoiding people who don't like her and seeing Catherine's dress. Girl, I'm telling you, the girl left early. She said, I'm out of here. By the way, Harry was extremely miserable. Apparently, he's really tired. He's sick and tired of being her arm candy, of being on her arm and setting himself all over the place against his will. Gone are the days of James Corden bus interview where he was so bright-eyed and hopeful about his life in Hollywood. And now he feels extremely disillusioned. He's lost everything that meant anything to him. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about his connections with his family. He's lost it. He shouldn't be there. He knows he shouldn't be there because of Remembrance Day, partying up the place. He knows he shouldn't do that. He knows that. Let's give him some credit. And yet he has to do these things for her. She's in control of everything. Martha Stewart was there. Martha Stewart, who has famously told Meghan, I hope you know what you're doing. Because you don't. You have also here Adele. Now, there is this rumor about Adele returning the box of goodies. She returned them back to Meghan along with Kevin Costner. Meghan has no shame. She will just stalk down anyone. She doesn't read any signals. This is going to fall hard. And this party is an example of the lengths that she will go without any shame. How is she going to salvage her reputation? Without having shame, without apologizing. The first thing she needs to do, by the way, is apologize to the royal family. The second thing she needs to do, by the way, is apologize to the public for claiming racism that never happened to her. Because a lot of people have been through discrimination. A lot of people have had hardship, and her pretending and crying wolf about it is upsetting us. So she needs to come out and do that. The other thing she needs to do is, just go away. That's the other thing. After she does all her apologies, she can just go away. Moving on. Tyler Perry was there. He did not speak to her either. I'm not sure what's going on between Meghan and Tyler Perry, to be very honest with you. There is some clownery going on. He is persona non grata at the moment as well because of his allegations against him. But having said that, I still don't know if she was the one to move away from the friendship or if he was. Kim Kardashian wore this. Girl, are we in 2000? I mean, this is a throwback to Kim Kardashian's, I don't know, whatever. I think it looks good, to be fair, but it's a bit edgy. Oh, Oprah arrived with Gayle King, of course, her +1. Where's Stedman? So Oprah's lover, Gayle King, came, and you know she cannot shut her mouth. Gayle King's mouth is always open. She just is talking all the time, even in the back of this car. Look at the driver. Look at his face. He's like, did I have to get this Uber call today? Of all the Uber calls I could get, I had to get these two. Also, what is Oprah wearing? Ozempic does not mean you can just wear anything, girl. This is a garbage bag, but you're not ready for it. We're just having fun. All these pictures, not a Meghan and Harry in sight. I don't believe they were there for very much of the party. I think they were probably there for about 10 minutes of the party. I'm going to be really honest with you. So all these stars were flocked to the exclusive event, which is being held at Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. I don't know how she gets in there. You know her name is not on the title of that house, girl. You know that. Lauren Sanchez's 165 million US dollars Beverly Hills mansion. I just think that's so crazy for a house to be worth 165 mil. When you sell this, do you get that money? Like, are you ever going to be able to sell that house for what it's worth? Like, brick by brick, are you ever going to be able to get that money back when you sell it? Is there anyone that's ever going to be able to afford to buy that house? Listen, this party was so crazy. Kris Jenner birthday bash so loud, cops showed up. The police even had to be called for noise disturbance. They had to take the fake grass away because it was too noisy, girl. It was the worst thing that Meghan and Harry could have done. It just shows how disconnected they are from not only the public, the Remembrance Day, the people of the UK, but also from themselves, from each other. They are very disconnected from each other. She wants one thing, he wants another. And every time they step out here, him looking miserable and her looking so happy, it's very difficult. It's a hard watch. They're a hard watch. But they're always welcome to the Leilani of Barbados clown show, because this is where we have reached, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the clown phase of Harry and Meghan. The full-on comedy that they are. The tomfoolery, the ridiculousness, the gaucheness. By the way, she wore Balenciaga, which Kim Kardashian has disavowed. Why would you go to this woman's mother party in a brand that Kim has? Look, girl, she's the worst, honestly. But put down in the comments what you think of this. I love you all so much, and thank you for watching this video. I love you. Bye. Don't forget to check out Heyday for free by clicking on the QR code or hitting the link down in the description. Thank you again to our friends at Heyday for sponsoring this video.